Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are checking out Rocky, the 1976 Sylvester Stallone powerhouse movie, a movie that brought him into fame. I have seen this movie before. Letting everyone know I have seen this movie before. The only reason I'm watching this movie again is because I am going to be doing all of the Rocky movies on the channel, and I have not seen any other Rocky movie. I've seen Creed. I have seen Creed. I have not seen Creed 2, and I have not seen any of the other Rocky movies besides this Rocky movie. And I saw this movie about 3 years ago now, I think. So there will be some stuff that I don't forget. There's some stuff that I definitely know. And so this will be more of like a commentary on this movie, and then the other Rocky movies besides Creed will be an actual reaction, because I've just never seen them before, and I don't know why, because they are movies that I've really wanted to watch for a long time. Anyways, I really appreciate this movie, especially because this was Sylvester Stallone's big break. I'm pretty sure that he was broke. He sold his dog so he could have money while he was working on this movie, and then the first thing that he did when he got money from this movie was buy his dog back. That is such a sweet moment. I'm pretty sure that that is a true story. I don't know, maybe I'm just making that up, but I'm pretty sure that's a true story. It just kind of shows Sylvester Stallone's character as a human being, how just good he is. And also, he made this amazing movie. He wrote this amazing movie. He stars in this amazing movie. I really enjoyed this movie when I watched it 3 years ago, but there wasn't a lot of action in it, which I was very surprised about. So for some reason I was a little disappointed. That was also when I was like 17 or something. So I'm going into this movie knowing that there's not a lot of action, knowing that this is very much a character-driven story, a story about this man, Rocky, who's kind of down on his luck, who gets his huge break and stuff. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the montage. That montage hypes me up so much. I love that song. So I'm ready to rock in this movie. And before we get into this movie, let me do the lighting. So let me turn on the light, and then we can decide what color it should be. Whoop. Nice. Okay, so the colors, I know that I've seen this movie, but I still am unsure about the color, because originally I was going to go red, but that feels too intense for this movie. I don't know why. I know this is an intense movie. I know that at the end especially, it's very intense, and there's like the American flag, Rocky's gloves are red, and like Rocky's shorts are red and white, and the whole title sequence is red and stuff, and the ropes are red in the wrestling arena. So that's why I was thinking red, but I don't really feel like red today. I'm going to go like a light blue. I don't know. It's just kind of, I feel like it'll just fit with the rest of the movie, because the rest of the movie isn't really kind of intense, if you know what I mean. Like boom, boom, boxing, intense, It's more like character drama in a way. So I think blue is a better choice than red for this movie. And lastly, if you'd like to check out more of my videos, you can head over to my Patreon, where I have uncut reactions to many of the movies I watch on YouTube, as well as early access reactions to my movies that come out 1 week early. There are also 2 Patreon exclusive movies a month that you guys on Patreon get to choose. So thank you so much if you check it out. Now, let's get into Rocky. Okay, that is enough. That is enough talking. I am ready to just fight my way into this movie. I hope you enjoy my reaction to Rocky. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah! He's getting beat up very bad. I don't know boxing, do not know the rules of boxing, but it looks like he's getting beat up very bad. Just getting punched in the face constantly.
Give the sucker some action. Fighting like a bum.
He's right, you are fighting like a bum. Oh my gosh, why are you letting him punch your face like that? Look how well the action is filmed though. It's very steady takes that lets you see the punch, you know? See the punch, see the impact. It's cool.
Yeah, you gotta have this one.
Rocky, you shouldn't be smoking if you're an athlete.
$15 locker and corner, man. $5 shower and towel. 7% tax. Comes to $17.20.
That's all you make for the fight? They're showing us the title for a second time, just in case we forgot. Dude, I forgot Carl Weathers is in this movie. Man, I forgot that he's so good. This looks like such a vibe. I want to be in this group of people singing over a trash can fire. Written by Sylvester Stallone, my guy. He's actually iconic. He writes most of his movies, or at least a majority of them. He stars in them. This movie, though, so much appreciation for him in this movie. So much appreciation.
Want you there, huh? You should have seen me. You guys hungry? No?
Are those turtles? I thought those were just rocks. Nope, those are turtles. Is that little Sylvester, or is that just a random kid? I love how quiet this movie is. Like, just how still it is. And his actions are speaking so much louder than his words. Like, just that mirror shot, just hung onto the mirror. He didn't say anything. He just took the picture and kept looking at it and looking at himself. You could see in his eyes and the way he stood there. Oh, I already know this movie's camera work is amazing. I've seen it, but it's still amazing. I'm still going to talk about it.
Hey, you want to hear about it?
I'll tell you somebody you don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, you don't, Lloyd.
That you want to hear about it? She's working right now, Sylvester. She's working right now. Leave and come back up on her break. I feel like this is just Stallone every day, you know? Just like, this is what he is like with dogs. I feel like he loves dogs.
Yo, Rock, how's your boss? Real good. Hey, Rock, you fighting again?
I forgot that this whole thing was in the movie.
Where you going? Huh? Where you run?
He was trying to run away on this little thing.
We'll fake it. I'll tape up the hand like you broke the thumb.
I'll tape up the head like you broke the thumb. Oh my goodness, my guy. That won't work.
Tomorrow, collect from Del Rio. He's late 3 weeks and I don't like it.
Tomorrow, 3 weeks. Del Rio? Alright, I got it.
Rocky really is like the bottom of the food chain, you know? He gets the scraps of money from everyone else.
I figure if I break the guy's thumb, he gets laid off, right?
He doesn't really seem like
figure it.
some
Let me
big
figure it, okay, Rock?
mobster boss, you know?
So long, meatbag.
I should have broke your thumb!
Good one, Rocky. Good one.
My back is hurt.
Your back?
My back is hurt. You deaf?
I'm short.
You deaf? I'm short. I forgot that this movie actually has some very good lines. Oh, I like that, keeping the password in his hat. I love the camera shot. Pans to him trying to open the lock, pans left a little bit, and it reveals what he's going to use to open it.
He's in a bad mood.
So am I.
Yeah, everything is not going great for Rocky at the moment. His mob boss man with asthma is mad at him. His stuff is on Skid Row. His turtles keep choking on moth wings. So many bad things.
He's a climber. Do you know what you are?
What?
A tomato.
Me.
Yeah, let's face it. I run
Tomato.
Goddamn.
Rocky, you are soup. You are tomato soup.
All right, time. Hey! What? I dig your locker, man.
I dig your locker? That's so rude. That is such a rude thing to say.
Good night, like to catch pneumonia, you know?
She hasn't said anything all movie, has she?
$8 sticking out of there in the past 6 years, you know?
He's really trying. He's just talking and talking.
You know? Doesn't matter, who cares? You know?
Talk back to him, please.
Who's here? The giant worm. These birds. These birds look like candy, you know? Like flying candy.
Giant worm.
So, I want to go home, make up a joke. I'm going to tell you a new joke tomorrow, okay? Good night, Adrian.
Oh, he's gonna make up a joke. Oh my god, Rocky is actually adorable.
Yeah, he's in the steam room.
Yeah.
Hey, Rocky, what's with the eye?
Good fighting.
Hope you's won it at least.
The bartender just had a beer ready for him. That's amazing.
Watch out, you're gonna end up dying alone.
I'm 30 myself.
And you're gonna end up dying alone.
Hey, I don't see no crowd around you, neither.
Then you guys could be together and you won't die alone.
You know, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, you know that? Why don't you come over and talk to her?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah.
come for some bird,
Thanksgiving Day. You know, it was very recently Thanksgiving here as well, so good timing.
Carry a leather briefcase. Forget about sports as a profession. Sports make you grunt and smell. See, be a thinker, not a stinker.
Okay, thanks.
He sounds like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Want me to take a shot? All right. I'll take a shot.
He's like, I'll take another shot. And he just takes like 8 shots and passes out.
One girl in the whole neighborhood talks like that, you know what I mean? That was it, just one. What are you doing?
You can't be smoking. Get that thing out of your face.
I gotta use a bad word. Whore. You understand? Whore. See, you use dirty words and maybe you end up with...
Love how sad he was that he had to say that. Now I gotta use a bad word. He's such a nice person. Rocky's actually such a nice person.
You hang out with smart people, get smart friends. You hang out with yo-yo people, get yo-yo friends.
Yo-yo friends. Yeah, who wants to go yo-yoing? He was pretending that was the girl.
Without a ranked contender, what this fighter's gonna need is a novelty.
Yes.
This is the land.
This is actually a genius idea.
Philadelphia boy, a shot at the greatest title in the world on this country's biggest birthday. Now that's the way I see it.
That's actually a very smart business plan. It's also kind of rude though, because he expects to just demolish whoever is coming up. Like he's expecting to just beat them to pulp.
You retards like the zoo.
Hey, this bum gotta say that.
All right, back it up, buddy.
I'm calling
Back
you
it
a
up.
bum.
Okay, relax.
Yeah, he's calling you a bum. What are you gonna do about it, bum?
I don't like your Z's.
Kiss my ass.
Come off your shoulders out. Come on,
Relax, relax.
This man has 7th grade insults. I don't like your face. Okay.
$50. You and your girl Adrian, you have a nice time, yeah?
Thanks.
He's kind of a nice mob boss.
How'd you know?
He kind of seems like a guy who was really nice, and he's just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to crime, but I'm still gonna be kind of nice about it.
Look, it's the name, man. The Italian Stallion. The media will eat it up.
It's actually such a good name.
Italian Stallion. Sounds like a damn monster movie.
Hey, what are you doing with that?
He's dreaming about this. It's kind of messed up. It's kind of a really good idea, but at the same time, it's kind of messed up.
Your sister knows I'm coming for sure, right?
Yeah, she's very excited.
Does she actually? I don't think she does.
Go to the hospital? She goes to the hospital 10 minutes late.
Yo, how you doing?
Oh yeah, she definitely did not know. Oh my god, is he actually gonna chuck it out the window?
Go in the alley and eat the bird.
Oh,
I want you out of here.
That's kind of rude. That's a lot of meat. That would have been expensive.
What to say?
I love it. I don't know what to say. Are they just like the punches? I love it. I love how he always kind of resorts to these like air punches.
Yo, Adrian, you know, it's Rocky again, you know? Listen,
It's me again. I haven't left.
would you like to, I don't know, would you like to maybe, you know, you want me to go out together? What do you think? Would you like to?
He wants to punch him in the face so bad. There's a lot of mirror shots in this film. Interesting. Like a lot of mirrors showing the reflections of the characters looking at themselves in the mirror, reflecting themselves, maybe to show them contemplating their actions and themselves. I don't know. Interesting that there have been a lot of focus on these reflections in this movie.
Yo, it looks kind of quiet, you know?
I think it's closed.
No, I think maybe we're just early or something like that, you know?
Maybe we're just early.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so what do you want from me?
Well, hey, I want you to do me a favor. You can see she ain't feeling too good, so if you could let her on the ice at her.
He's so good at this.
Skating's kind of bad for the ankles, you know? Yeah. You're a pretty good skater, aren't you?
No, she is not a good skater. Let me just say that. I suck at skating. I am so bad at ice skating.
Southpaw. You know what I mean?
He talks a lot. Rocky talks a lot. But it's not like an annoying talk, you know? You can just tell he's very passionate about what he talks about.
Big baby's at the size of an airplane. I broke both my hands on his face. I lost that fight, but that's a nice picture, don't you think? See how it works there? Real nice.
You can just, he's so passionate about boxing and about fighting and just about whatever he's talking about. He just talks and talks and talks, and it's awesome.
Things get pretty rough in the ring.
She said like 3 words that entire ice skating, but for some reason it just wasn't. Sylvester Stallone wasn't annoying. He was just kind of like charming in a way.
Some animals. These rare, very rare animals inside. Come on. Come on in.
No, I gotta go.
Well, I gotta go too. I gotta go to the bathroom. Come on.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Is it? Gotta stick this face on a stamp. What do you think? Huh? Come on. Come on in.
There's like, he has like a way with words, you know? He has a way that just makes you want to do what he says. Like this innocent puppy presence, I guess.
Hot in here, you know?
Wow. Of course, I forgot. He has a white tank top. Every single hero in the 70s and the 80s had a white tank top.
Yeah, that's both of them there.
Is this you?
Yeah, that's me when I was 8 years old. That's the Italian stallion when he was a baby.
Please do not refer to yourself as a stallion again. Other people may, but please do not do it to yourself.
Yo, Paulie, your sister's with me. I'll call you back later. See ya.
Rocky is on another level of amazing.
Do me a favor. What? Take off these glasses.
She's like, I cannot see anymore. I'm literally blind. Oh, the head move. Her head moved towards his lips. I'm happy for them. These two coconuts work well together.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight next month, January 27th. I need some more.
What I love about this movie, what I absolutely adore about this movie is the camera work and just the kind of, again, I said this before, I think at the start of the movie, but the stillness in the camera work. We're seeing Rocky do these very monotonous things. We're seeing Rocky as he's walking down the street trying to get this girl. We're seeing Rocky going into the locker and trying to open his locker. You know, we're seeing all of these different things that a lot of movies maybe would skip over because it's not the most relevant to the plot, you know? Like the ice skating scene could have been cut a little bit. Walking from the ice skating rink to his room could have been cut, but they don't cut it. They let it play out and they let it play out. And I don't know, it just makes his life seem more real, and it makes this movie just feel more kind of real, visceral. Not even visceral, just real life.
Rocky, I've got a proposition I'd like to make to you.
It's a good one.
My proposition's this. Would you be interested in fighting Apollo Creed for the World Heavyweight Championship?
Yeah, of course.
No.
No, of course. Of course not. Pfft. No.
An unknown has shot at the title. And that unknown is you. You picked you,
The
Rocky.
Italian stallion about to become a world legend.
The country's history?
Right on. Tell the truth, brother. Listen,
All right,
Apollo,
yeah.
tell me, how do you feel about your challenger?
How do I feel about it?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Come here, Rock. My man.
There he is! My man! The Italian stallion!
Stallion.
Oh, I invented that about 8 years ago when I was eating dinner.
Rocky, now you're...
That's actually kind of genius. He should go into some English creative writing stuff, because that is kind of a genius name.
You believe all this? Look at the microphone and all that stuff.
Didn't.
Thank you, Rocky. You push it, man. Back in the mouth.
He's actually just like a puppy. That's how I'm best describing him. He's like a puppy, and it's so adorable.
Beethoven was deaf. Helen Keller was blind. I think Rocky's got a good chance.
I love Adrian's faith in Rocky. I love it. They go together so well like peas in a pod. I'm so happy that he got Adrian. That he got the girl.
You know, I said that stuff on TV didn't bother me none.
Yeah?
It did.
That's actually a lot for Rocky to say because he's not very good at actually expressing his emotions, you know? He's a fighter. He keeps his emotions in and he lets them out in the ring. So being a little vulnerable to her is a lot for him to do.
Hello, kid. I seen your light. Can I come in?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, good. Hey.
Now you have hope for him.
Fruit luck is a strange thing.
Yeah, sure it is. Can I sit down?
Yeah, sure.
What the hell are those?
That was my question at the start of the movie.
Title. Because I don't like the Bible says you ain't gonna get a second chance.
Yeah, if you get knocked out instantly or like a round or two in, no one's gonna pick you up. But if you make it,
All of it. You know what I done? What? I have done it all. You should have seen me when I knocked Guinea Russell.
just can't think of anything. You know what I've done? I've done it all. Seen it all.
I really think so.
That's right. You move like him, and you got heart like he did.
Yeah, I got heart, but I ain't got no locker, do I, Mick?
Rocky's good at the comebacks.
Holes in my face, I had the spit shooting out of my cheeks. Can you imagine that? Anyway, well, I'll tell you what I looked like when I was in my prime.
This guy's just talking about his war stories, his boxing stories.
Got experience.
Well, I got pain, I got experience, too.
See, Rocky knows that this guy is only
Hey,
saying
look,
all
hey,
these
Mick.
kind things because
your help about
there's a
10 years
chance that
ago, right?
Rocky
10
could be
years
famous,
ago.
you know?
You never helped me. You didn't.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I just said. Rocky is saying exactly what I just said. Yeah, he thought he was gone. I knew that was gonna happen. Oh, not because I remembered it, because he opened the door and then closed the door again.
Legs ain't working, nothing's working. They go on, fight the chair. Yeah, I'll fight him.
My face kicked in.
Yeah, look how nervous and scared he is. Yeah. Rocky realizes that he's just kind of let his frustrations go, you know? He could use the help.
Good morning, Mrs. Kramer. This is Don Cannon, WIBG Philadelphia.
Oh, please do not eat that raw. Please do not drink that raw.
28 degrees. Cold out here. Well, we deserve it. We've been getting away with murder for the last couple of weeks. Our high today could...
That's worse than any horror movie I've ever seen in my entire life. That is disgusting. But here's the start of his training. That means we're getting the ba-ba-ba. We're getting that soon. I love the Converse as well. He trains in Converse. I wonder if Converse sales went up after this movie. Those cramps. Oh man, those suck. You know how disheartening it would be to be starting your training and then just feel like that? Oh, it must feel so bad. Like, just this, I don't know, this heaviness over you that maybe you can't do it.
Hey, get me out of this stinking freezer.
Why don't you do yourself a favor? You know, why don't you keep this job because you eat better, you know?
Move.
I feel like that wasn't in the script. I feel like that was just Sylvester Stallone being a funny guy.
You balling, huh?
Hey, you don't talk dirty about your sister.
Yeah, that is true. Don't do that.
If we do that to Apollo Creed, they'll put us in jail for murder. I'll see you tomorrow morning, okay?
Boom. Anger gone. Alcoholism. I can't speak. Alcoholism still there.
Hey, Adrian, I'm serious now. There's no fooling around during training. You understand? I want to stay strong.
He's very committed. He's very committed. When he puts his mind to something,
You sure?
his mind is on it. You can feel Sylvester Stallone's love for film and for this character and for boxing even in the movie, the way it's made, the way the script is, and through Rocky, through the character. It's really kind of beautiful.
Please.
Yeah, but I really like this girl, you know?
And let her train you.
Then let I like him as well though. I like the trainer a little bit.
Terrific. I mean, you could be a heartbreak. You walk down the street breaking hearts the way you're looking. Very sharp.
He's so nice.
You got need exposure.
Oh, come on. Don't breathe on me, Paul.
That's the big time.
Don't breathe it on me.
You don't know about nothing. What do these guys want from me?
This guy drinks the same drink. Is he not tired of it? At least if you're gonna be drinking every day, drink a different drink every once in a while.
Balboa. The reason we're standing in this
the meat guy's sticking his face in.
Freak guy. Freak guy.
Hey, Shirley, you got any more coffee out
I love this contrast of Rocky really into this fight and then Carl Weathers' character Creed doesn't even care about the fight. Like, the fight is the last thing on his mind in terms of the actual fighter. The fight is about money and like this nationwide viewership.
Both of you get out of my house.
Yo. It's cold outside, Paulie.
Yo, he says yo a lot. Was that a thing that was just said? I thought that was a kid thing, like kids say that.
I put you through together and you. Don't you forget it. You owe me.
You're having a little bit of a tantrum at the moment, Paul.
I take care of you, Paulie. I don't owe you nothing. And you made me feel like a loser.
Yes! Yes, Adrian, you're not a loser.
Hey, now when you walk into the ring with the #1 heavyweight of the world.
Love how the camera starts on his feet too, emphasizing the footwork. He's got the footwork down.
I'm gonna take the shot.
Aw,
Hey, wanna help me open these?
that was kind of nice. Yes, here we go, baby! Here we go! Do you think these are random people? I think they're all looking at the camera. Do you think these are random people and he's just running through the street? Woo! I feel like I should be working out right now. Sylvester Stallone really said, let's make the best montage of all time. The most iconic montage of all time. Ah, feeling strong. Ah. Look at him sprint. Oh my gosh, look how fast he is. He's like a cheetah. And he can run up the steps. Oh, such a feel-good moment. Oh, in his Converse too. Iconic. Yeah. So many chills, man. So many chills. This is such a good moment in film history. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm so hyped. The bad slow motion. Oh, it just adds to the goodness. Oh, imagine how surreal this would be, walking into this giant arena knowing you're about to fight the heavyweight champ, I think? Heavyweight champ?
Mr. Jurgens, the poster's wrong.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm wearing white pants with a red stripe.
I can't believe... See, they didn't care enough about him to even get that right. It does. It really matters. It actually does matter. Again, that just shows that these guys do not care about him. They just want him in the fight for money, for attention, for fame, for Creed. So, it makes me mad. It makes me mad. He's got a picture of of 3 dogs behind his bed. That is actually adorable.
I've been out there walking around, thinking. I mean, who am I kidding? I ain't even in the guys' league.
Now he's thinking he doesn't deserve to fight Apollo even. He hasn't... He's probably thinking he hasn't earned this fight, you know? He got it by chance. Sheer luck.
Because I was thinking, it really don't matter if I lose this fight. It really don't matter if this guy opens my head for the first time in my life, you see? That I weren't just another bum from the neighborhood.
He's so good at this dramatic acting. Why did no one cast him as a dramatic actor? He's actually so good. Did they not watch this? Did they not watch Rambo? Creed, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like you. You're too full of yourself. You're not even taking this fight seriously.
Wait for you here.
Well, how about I wait here and you fight, huh?
She's like, okay, actually I've been training my whole life.
You're a fighter, not a billboard.
I'm doing it for a friend.
What do you got?
Aw, that's actually so
Only
nice.
get $3,000, I get the rope.
Shrewd.
It's a sick robe though. That's kind of a sick robe. I would very much like it.
Which said could be the caveman against the cavalier. I notice a buzz.
It is not the caveman. Could be the... Do not call the Italian stallion a caveman. He's a stallion. Yeah, he's probably, honestly, he's probably a hero. He's probably a hero for the underdogs, the general public. It's like a hope. Like if someone can actually go the distance with Creed, if someone can beat Creed, then anything's possible. Yeah, see, the only people who are actually serious, or the only person who's serious in this entire fight is Rocky. The commentators aren't serious. Apollo Creed isn't serious. The odds against Rocky are just insanely low. They're not serious. Even everyone here probably doesn't actually believe Rocky can do it, even if they want him to. They don't believe he can do it.
Sporting world who are with us tonight, but I would like to present one of the immortals.
I'm glad he came. I'm glad the crime boss came. I love his suit. I love his suit.
And now, for the main event.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Weighing 210 pounds.
Whoa, 20 pounds heavier? That adds up. That's a lot of, that's 20 pounds more muscle.
You boys both fought in Philadelphia before.
Rocky's like, I get it. You want me. You said it 100 times. You can stop.
And there's the bell for round one, the most publicized fight of the ages.
Come on, Rocky. Come on, Rocky. Let's see some.
Applying those jabs out there, left-handed jabs right to the head. Bang.
Rocky, your face. You gotta cover your face.
Fans of money's worth because we do it and make a show of it. With a very badly outclassed challenger right now.
I wonder what Rocky's doing. Is he surveying? Is he surveying?
Creed dancing around.
Oh, yes! What a hit. What a hit. Oh my gosh, that felt good. See, he's the everyday man's hero. Rocky is the everyday man's hero.
Now Rocky coming back out, and he's like a bull in a china closet. He really wants it. Hollow left to the head.
He's just letting Creed have these little head punches.
Oh,
Oh, nice, Rocky. Nice. Ribs, ribs, rib shot, headshot, rib shot. Oh, nice. His nose broke. His nose broke. Oh my gosh. That had to happen. Of course that had to happen. He's been talking about it so much.
Your nose is broke.
How's it look?
That's an improvement.
I want you to quit.
That's actually what my dad said when I broke my nose for the first time.
Oh, come on, man. Couldn't you fight? Stop playing around and give the people something.
I do not understand what Apollo Creed is saying. I should put the subtitles on, but I am too lazy. Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, beautiful hit. Oh, nice.
Hey, this is gonna be a tough one.
5, 7. I want to watch every single round. I wish there's an extended cut of just every single round. It's just so intense. Yes, nice hit, nice hit. Ooh. Hug it out, nice. 13? I thought there were 10 rounds. 13? How many rounds are there?
Can't even get his gloves up to protect him. He's defenseless now, Bill.
The music is really good too. Don't stay down. Get up. You gotta prove to yourself that you're good enough. She knows. She knows. She knows. I love Adrian. She's so good. I have chills right now. The music ramping up. Boo! Gut punch. Ew. Ew.
You're bleeding inside.
Ew.
I'm gonna stop
Ew.
you ain't stopping nothing, man.
So did they cut the eyelid, just like a slice it, so then the blood shoots out and it stops being inflamed? Is that what they do?
And Apollo clearly protecting his right side, his ribs.
Oh, that one stopped Rocky from going to the left. Break his left ribs and his right ribs. Oh, 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 oh. The champion's down. He can only be saved by the bell now. So he went the distance. He went the distance. Oh, oh, so cute. I have chills again. I have chills again.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision.
A split decision.
Those fans out there declaring a rematch in your fans here. Come on!
He doesn't care about no rematch. He's proved himself. He ain't no bum. Now he just wants Adrian.
I love you. I love you.
I have so many chills right now, guys. And freeze frame. It's such a good movie. It's such a genius movie. It's so good. It's so good. And that was my reaction to Rocky. Well, reaction and commentary to the 1976 movie Rocky, starring Sylvester Stallone. Sorry, I had like hiccups. I just had a donut. It was a beautiful donut. But Sylvester Stallone, Talia, Shire, Carl Weathers, and Burt Young. That movie is so good. Rocky is so good. What an iconic sports movie, an iconic boxing movie, just an iconic movie in general. It is so good. The music is amazing. The cinematography is amazing. The shots, the fighting, Sylvester Stallone's performance, everything about this movie screams amazing. Before I get into this movie, I'd like to talk about the reviews very quickly. Bless you. Bless you again. I'd like to talk about the reviews very quickly. 8.1 on IMDb and 93% on Rotten Tomatoes from the critics. So it seems that everyone really likes this movie, and I can agree. I can see people being disappointed with this film. I can see people maybe giving a bad score for this film, because you can go into this movie thinking that this is a boxing movie, thinking that this is a fighting movie, and you could be disappointed. I remember when I watched this movie for the first time 3 years ago, I was disappointed. Not so much that I thought the movie was bad, but because I went into this movie thinking that there was going to be a lot of fights, that it was going to be very action heavy, very boxing heavy, but it turns out that this movie is a very character driven story about Rocky Balboa, who just so happens to be a boxer and gets this huge boxing break. And the only major fight, the only real fight in this movie is at the end of the movie, and the very start of the movie has a very small fight, but the end of the movie is really the only fight in this entire thing. So if you're going into this movie thinking that this is going to be an epic boxing movie with amazing boxing action sequences, plural, then you're going to be disappointed. But if you're going to this movie expecting this very well written, very well acted character drama with the addition of this amazing action sequence at the end with boxing, then you're going to really enjoy this film. But overall, I think audiences understand that this movie understood, even if they were going in with the expectations that this is a fighting movie. When you watch it, you kind of start to go, okay, this isn't going to be a fighting movie, but I still enjoy it because it is just so likable. Getting into the music of the film. The music is so good, and I don't know if the same composer sticks with all of the Rocky movies. I don't know if this music gets worse over all of the Rocky movies, but I really hope it doesn't, because the music in this one is so iconic. The montage especially, whatever that song is called, I think it's called like Flying High or something like that. I have it, I downloaded it, I listen to it a lot. It's just such a good hype song. You know, you're running and you listen to that and you're like, I am Rocky now, I can do anything, I can run up these steps, I can stand when he raises his arms into the sky and then the music goes ba-da-da, you know, like that, and it's the sunrise behind him. It's just such a good film moment. It is probably one of the most iconic moments in film history, in my opinion. Just that pose, the arms up in the air. But anyways, I'm talking about the music, not about that. I don't know, this movie just is so good, but the music is so good. It is very emotional. There are definitely times where you hear the Rocky theme, but it's this sad piano version, and it is very emotional, but then it also is very emotional in the opposite regard. Instead of being sad, it is exciting, it is thrilling, it is Rocky. The theme of the Rocky movie, the theme of this movie, the musical theme of this movie is Rocky, is his emotions, is the Italian stallion's emotions, and the way that it weaves in and out of the scenes that he's in, the way that it works with his character's emotions, the way that it is sad when he's sad, but then it is thrilling when he's thrilled, but it's the same melody, it's the same song. It's really, really powerful. And when it is that heroic theme, when he's doing the montage, when he is fighting Creed, and it is that thrilling theme, but it is almost this uncertainty because he's in this uncharted water that not a lot of fighters have gone to. It is really powerful. The score is really good in this movie. Getting into the next thing, which would be the camera work and the cinematography. The cinematography in this film is gorgeous, especially again during the training montage when he's running along that pier. This is probably one of my favorite shots, when he's running along and he just starts running and he runs faster and faster. He's like a cheetah. He just starts sprinting along and you just see like this beautiful harbor behind him, and he's just, I don't know, it's just such a good tracking shot. And then again, the arms up in the air, sunrise, I think it's a sunrise because he always trained in the morning. Just such an iconic visual. But then everything about the cinematography, it felt very down to earth. It didn't feel special in a way. It just felt like someone was filming this guy. It almost had this, not so much a documentary feel, but not far off from a documentary feel. It felt very grounded and it felt very realistic, and that also has to do with the cinematography, which yes, but also the camera work. The camera work in this movie really sold this movie as this very grounded character piece about Rocky Balboa and about his struggle to find himself in maybe even in a situation where he's super lucky to be in. But that's the thing, he's very lucky to be in it, so maybe he doesn't feel like he deserves it. But the camera work really shines in this film. The director of this movie, John G. Avildsen, I've never heard of him before, but he does such an amazing job crafting each shot, making each shot linger on the characters for such long movements. There are hundreds, maybe not hundreds, there are definitely a lot of long takes in this film. There are just long takes of the characters walking, and it's just a slow pan as Balboa is talking to Adrian, and Adrian doesn't say a word, but Balboa says 1,000 words in a second to her as they're just walking along. Like, some of the shots, a lot of filmmakers would not put these in their movies, like when characters are just walking from point A to point B and nothing really of value is being said, nothing really that progresses the plot. And if you watch this movie, and I kind of noticed this during the movie, there are moments, but a lot of the times when Rocky is doing stuff, it doesn't really progress the plot. It progresses his character. It progresses the dimension of his character. And that is something I found very interesting. A lot of times filmmakers would go for plot over character, but this movie went for character over plot. Like when Rocky walked that girl home, for instance, that little girl who then went like, screw you, creep, or something like that, and then went inside, and then Balboa was like, why would I even, you know that scene, right? If that scene was cut from the movie, nothing would really have changed. But keeping that scene in the movie, again, it grounds you to Rocky's character and makes you feel like this world is more alive. It makes you feel like he does know the neighborhood a lot more, because this girl does know him and this gang of people do know him. But on the other hand, it also really helps with Rocky's character. It really expands it. It really adds to the kindness that he is, this puppy dog like kindness that he is, this person who is very, very excited to kind of help people. Maybe not excited is the right word, but he wants to help people. He wants to be there for everyone in the neighborhood, and that scene really accentuated that fact about his character. And if that scene was cut, you'd still think, oh man, Rocky is a nice person, because there are a lot of other scenes like that. But just keeping that scene in just makes the character feel more rounded and more real. I don't know why, but there are a lot of scenes like that in this movie where it was way more character focused than plot focused, and I really enjoyed that. It just felt like I was sitting there with these people instead of sitting there watching a movie about these people, if that makes any sense. There are also a lot of shots focusing on mirrors, especially at the start of the movie. The first half an hour of the movie, there were 2 or 3 shots where characters, Adrian and Rocky, where the characters would look into the mirror and kind of, there was like a ponderous look on their face, like a thinking look on their face. And it was a very interesting kind of concept, because you had Rocky look in the mirror and then he was kind of deliberating stuff, and then not too long later, like 15 minutes later into the movie, you had Adrian looking into the mirror and contemplating stuff. And it's something that I'm still thinking about, something that I don't know if it was actually intended to be like something that was important in the movie, but I just thought that there were reflections in this movie and how they were reflecting on themselves through the reflections, and how the reflections were kind of reflecting their bum self, but they were also dreams of something that they wanted to do more in their reflections. I don't know, it's a very interesting thing that I'd like to think about a little bit more. So I guess it didn't really add any value in this, but it's food for thought. It's food for thought. Getting into the action of this film, the action in this movie, while it's limited, was very, very good. There were definitely shots where you could tell that they were not punching each other. Like the overhead shots when they were boxing were not the greatest, just because it's hard to like fake a punch when it's an overhead, when there's nothing blocking the actual actor's head from the fist, so you can actually just see the fist missed and then just hear the sound effect. If you're not paying attention to it, you're not going to notice it, obviously, but if you're paying attention to it, or you just have like an eye for action sequences in film, or if you watched a lot of film before like I have, you can notice that the fist missed his face, and then it doesn't bring you out of the scene, but you're just like, oh, they could have filmed it maybe in a different way to maybe get more of an effective shot of him punching the face. But for the most part, the action was so good, and it was brutal, and that's what I loved about it. It just felt like you were in the ring, just like every other scene in this movie. It felt like you were there, but for the fights, it felt like you were in the ring. You were with these 2 sweaty guys who were just brawling it out. One guy who did not really believe that this fight was going to last this long, and one guy who needed this fight to last this long to prove to himself. And I thought that was very remarkable. I thought the action sequence was very good, especially at the end. That action, the fight at the end, was really, really well done. But what I really like about this movie the most is that Rocky loses, and that is something that doesn't happen a lot in movies, that the hero loses the final fight. And it's something that I admire, that the film goes that direction, because it would have been so easy to have Rocky win against Creed and end the movie. It's such a feel-good moment. You're like, the underdog has done it. You have the people in the bar cheering him on. You have Adrian giving him a hug. Like, the ending could have been the exact same. He would have felt like he won. He would have felt, well, he obviously he won, but he would have felt the same sort of accomplishment, like he went the distance and won, so it would have been easy for them to do that. But the filmmakers, Sylvester Stallone, decided to make himself lose, to make his character Rocky Balboa lose in the final fight, and that's something that I admire a ton from a writing perspective, especially if you know you're going to star in the movie, because it just makes the fight feel more real. And it's also a twist, because you go into the fight and you're going, okay, Sylvester Stallone's the underdog. However, this is a film, so usually the underdogs in films win, and him losing is a shock, but it also works so well for the plot, because he loses, but but he does what he set out to do and he goes the distance, and it doesn't feel like he lost. Even though he lost the fight, it doesn't feel like he lost. And I think they just did such a good job with the ending, and it's one of my favorite endings to like a sports drama movie. Just, I don't know why, because it's such a feel-good moment, but it's also just such a real moment. And getting into the cast now, there's probably so much more I could talk about this movie. This movie, I could talk about it forever. The montage especially, I could talk about that montage for days. That is probably my favorite montage in film. Maybe coming close behind it is the Kung Fu Panda montage, but we don't talk about it here. That's just from childhood though. But yeah, it's very good. Getting into the cast now though, I'm only going to talk about Carl Weathers, Talia Shire, and Sylvester Stallone. So Carl Weathers as Apollo Creed. I loved him in the role. I thought Carl Weathers was great in the role, but I do not like Apollo Creed that much. And it didn't really sound like he respected Rocky at the end of the movie, because when he wins, he's like, yeah, I won, but he didn't really shake Rocky's hand. He never went like, oh, good job, good fight, or stuff like that. And maybe I missed it because I was just so caught up in the moment, but I don't think that he did that. And I kind of was sad that he didn't appreciate Rocky for really fighting, for really putting his whole body on the line to prove to himself that he was not a bum, that he was not just a bad fighter, that he was actually a good fighter. So I was sad by that. I was also a little annoyed with Apollo Creed because of how much he did not care about Rocky. He even gets like the poster wrong, which was super upsetting. Like, this is this man's biggest fight in his life. Of course, every detail is going to be so important to him, but Apollo Creed did not care about him. He only cared about the actual event, but not the fighter who was the center of the event. So I thought that his character, his personality was not great. It was very just like, I'm the best, but I thought Carl Weathers did a great job as the character. Talia Shire as Adrian. I love Adrian. She is so good. And she was kind of annoying at the start because she wouldn't talk, but it definitely works so well because it got Sylvester Stallone to just talk and talk and talk, and it just made him even more amazing as a character. But Adrian was so good for Rocky, the way that she was like just there to support him. He needed that support in his life. He didn't have anyone, and she kind of stepped in and filled that gap. He was saying that she filled his holes and he filled her holes, and that's what she said, but but it's true. She was there to support him. She filled those gaps that he was missing, and I thought that she just did an amazing job as his character. In the end, when she's going Rocky, Rocky, and going through the crowd, and he's like, Adrian, just what a good moment, right? What a good moment. And finally, Sylvester Stallone, the movie that made him a star, the movie that shot him from, I'm pretty sure he had almost no money at this point, and then he got the script green lighted and he made a lot of money off of it. But what a performance and what a film. I don't understand why he is not cast in more dramatic roles. Have casting agencies, have filmmakers never seen Rocky and never seen Rambo? The monologues that he gives in Rambo, the monologue that he gives in this movie, the sheer amount of emotion that he can portray on his face in the fights, when he's with Adrian, when he's alone, when he's walking along the streets, is insane. The man is so talented, not just as an action star, but as a dramatist, as a drama star, as just an actor in general. He's so emotional, but he's also so buff, so it like works out in both ways, but he was so good in this movie as Rocky. The way that he would talk and talk and talk and talk and talk about everything just showed how passionate he was, and it was never annoying. The writing in this movie was so good, making sure that Sylvester Stallone's talking, which would be annoying a lot of the times for a lot of characters. You'd always have annoying characters just talk and talk and talk, and it would be like, okay, you can shut up now. But Rocky, you're like, I want him to keep talking. This man is so passionate and he's so kind. And I don't know, he was just such a good character, and I thought Sylvester Stallone did an amazing job in this movie. And that is my reaction / commentary to Rocky, the 1976 action sports drama. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, amazing, beautiful people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. I am super excited to continue watching this franchise. It's going to be one every week on the day that this movie released. I don't really remember what day this is going to be released at the time, but whatever day this released, the second one is going to be released a week later. I'm very excited for the second movie. I don't know the critic scores or the audience scores for any of the other Rocky movies. I know that Sylvester Stallone comes back and directs Rocky Balboa, just like he did Rambo, so I'm very excited for that one when we get to it. But I'm excited for the journey along the way. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next movie reaction.